Look for a lot of ground balls out of him. That's where you know he's successful.
Schwarber tried to check, could not. So
for the game last night, I'll go ahead and throw you a slider or cutter.
It's been a bit of a quirky start to the year for Marcus, who was 0-3 at Wrigley, but 2-2 on the road. His last 5 road starts.
In front of your new home crowd, or just the way you set up on the road, the lineups you're facing, different things like that.
Punch out of Schwarber.
Calls like that will definitely help the.
Here's Rhys Hoskins. Rhys was 1 for 4, had a double last night. Did a real good 1-2 combo with he and Schwarber at the top of the lineup. His last. Looking for his first win since May 24th against Cincinnati. Induces the slow roller to the over. And Morel from left to right. That leaves Rivas all. One of the bigger rivals and one of the year. Drills it opposite, and Seiya Suzuki fighting off the sun to make the grab. To work for Marcus Stroman now, 4, 5, and 6. After he retired the side in that first.
Trying to fill in for the injured Bryce Harper at DH spot. Paul's got big league power versus Bryce Harper.
The reigning MVP, we're told, is back in the building tonight for the first. They expect another reevaluation early next week that would determine just how quickly he might be able to return.
Doesn't do the game of baseball any good.
Grounded to short, could be 2. Horner to Morel to Rivas. Double play Cubs. Now it's Bryson Stott, left-hander, playing second base today. Well, it's every behind you.
I like my chances.
That was the story yesterday, and good start here today with the double play and a nice grab out in right field on the liner for Seiya.
And that's Marcus's game. You know, he can strike guy and let the boys behind me take care of it.
Well, it's something to work on in the second half of the season. The Cubs did, and there you see the ground ball percentage. It's amongst the best in the business. Slow roller and trying to one-hand it was Morel. Probably would not have had a chance at. Now in his 11th season, the 3rd here in Philly, he is just 5 hits shy of. To the plate. Another chance here for Morel. He'll gobble that up. No harm done. Side retired. Towed the rubber. 15 rookies and 10 major league debuts.
Morel, but you got guys like Nelson Velasquez, PJ Higgins, you know, a pitching staff that Tommy Hotovy has to work with. So a lot of teaching.
9 in the top for the Phillies. Slice the opposite way, and down the line could be extras for Alec. And we just heard David Ross talking about him at the plate and defensively with the glove. And down the line and left, Hap with room. Let's check in with Taylor.
Well, we all know trying to come back from that ACL injury that kept him out a majority of this season. And he said,
well done by the all-star catcher, and it's an 0-2 pitch to Schwarber back downstairs.
And he told me today it's going to go hang on the wall. So pretty cool, special memory for him.
Yeah, I mean, what the World Series and then do what he did, incredible.
Yeah, the first player, in fact, to not get an at-bat during the regular season, a position player, and then collect a hit in the World Series after going hit in Game 7. And after release, she'll join us soon. Here's Hoskins with the top.
When somebody like that, you have to navigate it closely.
And a called strike. The year, the Cubs have the 4th easiest, allegedly, in the second half of the season. Been for strikes. The efficiency is terrific so far. This is just his 39th pitch of the night.
Throwing the slider and vice versa. It's like one of the best feelings ever when you're out there pitching. And
one of the new additions to the pitching staff. See Drew Smiley tomorrow. Hopefully Wade Miley can get back. We've seen other youngsters have a chance, get some major league time as relievers. More to come.
Starting to see that like you said, the Justin Steele's coming up here, and Keegan Thompson and other young pitchers making their debuts.
Infield pop.
So you have 2 guys coming out of big-time programs. I know IMG is high school, but, you know, that's probably as big time as you can get when well done.
All smiles for Cade, who is a two-way guy. And then Mark McGuire's son out of Southern California, Mason. Here's the 1-2 delivery, fouled off. Taylor, what you got?
Well, I think when all World Series, and he had a lot of success because of the addition of that slider.
And I think, too, that says just a lot about the confidence he has as a pitcher. And Demp, I know that you can speak more to this, but you have a guy, you know, for Horton in big-time situations, College World Series, and doesn't get much bigger than that. Shows, I think, a lot about the character.
Real Muto hit into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. At least you see these guys hastened their rise through the ranks to get to the bigs.
Yeah, I think, you know, trust is a huge factor. Like positive results out of something like that, the more you start to feel invincible at times.
Yeah, developing that confidence. I think actually Ian Happ has talked about it a lot as we've seen him. You want to get from the minors to the majors or whatever your route is, but it takes time, and you think that you're ready for the next moment.
And to kind of keep going on that, you get through all that mentally, and that really becomes a separator.
2-2 pitch. Contreras couldn't hang on, so he'll rifle that down to first. Marcus Stroman to hit, but it was a good one. Nico Horner, the solo home run, and a 1-0 lead. Otherwise, Marcus very efficient. Grounded to Morel, nice backhands, good range. From Rossi pregame, the best defensive game of his year last night.
Had a lot of balls, and we've already seen quite a few here today. You just see his athleticism. It's really strong. Waiting for Rivas to get to first, and today just kind of taking his time and knowing he can fire it.
Just out of his reach there. The shift was on to the right side. And Gregorius, address, okay.
I'm getting some Cubs swag there. I need my son Brady asked for.
Right back to Stroman. Thought about 2. Will still try for the lead, and they'll get it. This is high on the checklist for.
So the more depth you can get from your starting rotation, and that's also been a byproduct too, Beth.
Wide open stance from Herrera, fouls off the 0-2. Jam job. Right down the line to Rivas. He'll step on the bag. Side retired. A base runner stranded. Phillies have had
that they got to check in on each other during one of the timeouts. And you can see some photos we have, just what was going on here. And he said, I just looked at them and said, I stink. And Ian Happ had to remind him, hey, man, you still lead the National League.
Aaron at the start of the day was at 36. Just don't look at his batting average. It's not where he'd like it to be. It's dangerously close to that Mendoza line.
That pitch that you want to hit, making sure that you make contact with it. You hear guys talk about it all the time, like tunneling the pitch, right? I mean, what he's describing, that's like the key to hitting when everyone can figure that out. It's
Schwarber ahead of Riley in the NL. And for the second time, different pitches too to close guys out. A two-seamer, a slider, a sinker. And some of his strikeout pitches. He's got 5 of them now. Trying to secure that first win.
He's done here today, probably looking at around about 90, 100 pitches today. Still well under that.
Trying to secure his 4th quality start of the season. Just 3 hits allowed so far for Stroman. Horner.
How much to put into it. I think that's a good example with Horner. A guy who can, we've seen him struggle to stay on the field.
I think there's nobody better in the game that's ever done it than Omar Vizquel. Felt like he always threw every runner out by
You just get him out, half a step, like you're saying.
Castellanos, let's watch him again. Horner. Drilled up against the wall, out in right, and motoring around. This evening with runners on base. There have not been many chances against the Cubs D.
You might say go ahead, get him over, get him in, but late in the game like this, you're trying to figure out a way to keep that runner at second base, get him to pick.
They have been real strong of late. Just 1 earned run allowed in the last.
A large part due to the bullpen and the work they did.
Real Muto looking for the gap, and left center. They're going to wave the runner in. Hall